In this video, we're going to add some more information to this document, and in doing so, we're going to use some more of the formatting features in Google Docs. So I'm going to add another little section. I'm going to have who are his friends. I'm going to press enter. Now I've got this information from elsewhere. I've gone onto Wikipedia and I found it, so I can paste it straight in. So I'm going to right click with the mouse where I want it. I'm going to click paste. As soon as I do that, or I could press Ctrl and V, it brings it in, but it brings it in exactly how it was on the website. So it's in a different font. It's in Arial, size 9. And it's got like a blue background to it, which doesn't match up with what I've got. Now I could sort that out, I could undo it, but there's a quicker way of doing it. So I'll undo that. This time I'm going to right click, and instead I'm going to paste without formatting. The difference is that it doesn't take any of the formatting, it just takes the text. So it'll match it up with what I've already got. So straight away I've got a lot tidier looking piece of work. Now, as these items are in a list, I want to sort of format them differently because it looks a bit strange like that. So I'm going to select them because that's what I want to format. I've got an option of a numerical list, and I've got an option of a bulleted list. Now, if I click on the numerical list, it'll put them into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then quite cleverly, if I add any more, it automatically numbers them as I go along. So Kevin, it'll just keep going and keep going and keep adding to the list. Now, I don't want either of those two, so I'm going to get rid of them. It takes me back to how I was. Now, a numeral list is okay. It doesn't really match up with what I'm trying to do here. I've got other options in there where I can have sublists or I can have lettered, which again, for some things in certain orders is great. This one, not so much. So just by clicking on there, I get rid of that. I want bullet points. If I click on the bullet point list, the default setting takes me straight away just to bullet points, which much more matches up with what I need here. Now, if I go in there, I've got other options of different formatting, sublists, but we don't need those for this particular task. So I'm just going to leave it as it was and click there. A couple of little things I can do. I can increase and decrease the indent so I can move it further across my page. I can do that as well by formatting options. Just by doing it this way, I keep my bullet points lined up so I can march them across the page like that rather than making them go all wiggly. So I'm going to take that back to about there because that looks fine to me. Now, one more thing. I've put who are his friends, and that's the little heading. Now, I could start underlining it and sort of formatting like I did in the last video, or I could go to my options up here. It says normal text. Now, this is a heading. So I could say apply heading 1. Or I could just say update heading 1 to match. Either one of those is fine because it makes it into a heading. Now, by apply heading 1, it'll just make it bigger and maybe underline it. Update heading 1 to match means it'll match up to the formatting I've got. So if I apply heading 1, it makes it look a bit odd compared to the rest of my writing. If I go to heading 1, update heading 1 to match, it's no real change, but it's matched into what we've got. Now I'm going to add a bit of information at the top. That's headings about who are his friends. This heading is going to be who is he. So I want this one as well. I want this to be heading 1. Sorted. Now, no real change appears to be there, but then this is where one of the really clever little features comes in with longer documents. If I go to Insert and go down to the bottom, I've got an option for Table of Contents. If I click on that, it brings me up little links that will jump me to the section in the article that I've written. Now, at the moment, not much use. The more I write, that could become really, really useful. So having little subheadings and actually formatting them as headings rather than just underlining them can be a really, really useful tool, and it's quite a good habit to get into, especially when you start writing longer and multiple page documents.